1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. All right, guys. 4th of September 2018 is a 10:30 CET, means that we are around 30 minutes past US cash close. My name is Piotr. Welcome in Land of Trading, educational live trading room, right pre-Tokyo Open. So we are going to discuss US indices and measures on FX. Before we start, of course, as usual, risk warning. Please bear in mind that trading FX, CFDs, crypto, whatever you are trading, especially if you are trading on margin, it carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All right, so the most important thing is done. Let's start with US indices. All right, with all this bloodbath related to the emerging markets, we are still very comfortable if we are talking about the US indices. And let's have a look what we have here. The first trading session in US after a long weekend, the first trading session in US in relation to the September, and because of this all negatives, because of this risk of sentiment in Europe, we saw on the Nasdaq attempt to break down, but let's have a look the reality. The breakout candle here, 29th of, if I'm not mistaken, 29th of August, right? The base of the breakout, 28th of August, the high. That's the possible. And the first one, demand zone. And look, guys, we don't have to comment on it. Just enough to check the market reaction. Very long, a lower shadow here, right within the possible demand on Nasdaq. All right. What's the important thing here? Really, to start from the conservative perspective, from the conservative point of view, to start to think about any kind of the short, we have to close below 7,480, 7,475. We are talking about this zone over here. Till then, buy the fucking dip. It looks like happened again today, especially it's very well visible on this intraday chart over here. Consolidation, break to the upside, another consolidation, break to the downside, and if we can agree that this kind of the price action over here, if that was some kind of the consolidation, so no more comments, 1-to-1, we done, and longs on a dip. Similar situation on the S&P 500. All right, in that case, trend line, retest of the trend line today from the intraday perspective. Similar situation to the Nasdaq, consolidation, attempt to break down trend line, rising trend line, failure at the bottom, rally to the close, right? 1 to 1, rally to the close. Similar situation on the Dow Jones, all right? From the daily perspective, last week, retest of the supply, pullback, but where we stopped the correction at the bottom of this 27th of August bottom, the breakout candle. Long lower shadow, probably market will try, at least at the very beginning, to push higher, to squeeze shorts. That's how the indices in US looks like. All right, let's switch to the FX market. Majors, euro dollar, daily chart over here. What is the important thing, in my opinion? That's the point where market showed the weakness last time, right? That's from where we went lower. Of course, one can argue that this is another point over here, but I will get back to this level in a second. Okay, so what we have within last few days? We've had the rally, all right? We've had some kind of the consolidation, green zone, and we took out this weakness point, right? So we have like rally, base, rally, all right? So last few days, especially started mid last week, pullback into this consolidation zone, all right? And look, guys, almost to the peak. The low from 23rd of August. Low from today is 1529. Here the low is 1527. So bears were able to retest the bottom of this consolidation zone. Long lower shadow. From the bears perspective, the good point is that at least for now we were not able to get back above the weekly open, right? It means that we can still think about retest 1510, 1500, right? So this lower shadow from today, it might be invitation to look for some stops before real rally happens. Now, it might not be that easy. Why? Late September, we got FOMC meeting, right? The market is pricing more than 95% that we are going to see the hike. But not every hike is the same, and we have to be aware of it. Basically, what I'm looking for is very dovish hike, and I'm not sure if we are going to get it this time or we are going to see very dovish December hike. All right, in that case, till late September we may see some kind of the ping pong play in between 116, 116.50 and 115.50, 115. All right, that might be very comfortable from the intraday trading perspective. Just bear in mind, based on our Twitter feed, and by the way, if you didn't subscribe yet, so please subscribe here in our YouTube channel, and please subscribe to our Twitter feed to see our intraday comments. All right, in that case you should be aware that I'm staying long based on today's tweets on euro dollar. All right, what I'm as a bull, intraday bull on euro dollar, what I'm afraid of, what I'm looking for. All right, basically based on today's price action, I do believe that we may see the attempt to rally, and I'm gonna look for the price action around today's high, today's open. We are talking about 1616, 1620, 1625. All right, if we are gonna to see rejection of that level, all right, then I'm gonna of course I'm going to take the profit on euro dollar. Basically I do believe that this kind of one-to-one rally is still possible, and rather earlier than later we are gonna to see attempt to test 1850. And just as a reminder, this 1850 is a ECB high. All right, so taking into the consideration the wider range, I do believe 115, 114.60, 118, 118.50 as a trading range, maybe till December. It all depends on the most probably all depends on the FOMC September outcome, what kind of the hike we are gonna to see. And the last is a dollar yen. I'm staying short, as some of you know, based on the Twitter feed. I'm staying short here. My stop is above last week high. I'm targeting 101.1040, 101.1020. There is a huge option expiration tomorrow at 110.20. What I don't like is really the US cash close today. So I'm a little bit afraid about stop hunting, about last week high and rejection. But in case I'm gonna be stopped out, all right, then I'm gonna to look for the price action between 11.80 and 12.10 tomorrow, and I'm gonna to look for some kind of the rejection around these levels, and then I will look for either weekly open on or 110.40, 110.20. All right, guys, that's it. That was the pre-Tokyo Open today. That's it from me. It's Piotr from Land of Trading. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the day. See you around. Take care. Bye.